Okay. Last in our last briefing, we have talked about introduction to FAfCom. We introduced everything. We talk about everything concerning FAfCom, starting from the idea of investment, how investment is structured, and how you can know a structured investment by using the consideration. There are three considerations you need to make. The first consideration is ownership. Second consideration is control. And third consideration is financial abundance. And we highlighted the aspect of if you want to make an investment, what do you get in exchange? If you want to invest in Dangote company, Dangote cannot collect your money directly. You do it through shares. That is community share, company shares. You buy Dangote company shares. And when you buy the shares, what you own is the shares. And then the company will take the money and be using it to do business. And once in a while, they pay you dividend. That is how company is structured. That is how a systemized investment is structured. So not just that you just give your money to anyhow person and the person says he'll be using the money to trade for you or using the money to do business. What do you get in exchange? What is the term of that particular investment? That is ownership. Then control is when you have given out your money, what control do you have over that particular investment? For instance, when you have invested in a company, it is the company that decides how much they are going to pay you based on the profit they have generated. But the smallest control you have there is that you can sell your shares. You can choose that you don't want to have these shares again. You can sell it. That is one control that you have there. So you can actually sell your shares and you sell it at the price, at the market price of that particular shares at that point in time you want to make the sell. That is the aspect of control. But when it comes to community shares, it's a different thing altogether. When it comes to community shares, you can sell, and when you sell at your own convenient price. Let's say you bought the shares at 3 naira and you want to sell it at 4 naira. You can just choose, I want to sell this thing at 4 naira, and you sell it. That is there's higher control in community shares, unlike in company shares. Then another one is financial abundance. How do you make money when you have invested or when you have made an investment? There are two major ways you make money when you have made an investment. Number one is capital gain. You can buy a plot of land for 100,000 and you sell it for 200,000. That is capital gain. The price increased from 100,000 to 200,000. So you gained 100,000. You gain another 100,000. You understand? That is capital gain. Then we have dividend. In a house or in real estate, it's called rent. If you have built a house, every single month or once in a year, the tenants that are living in those houses will pay rent. That rent they pay is the return that you get because they are living in your house. The same way, when you have invested in shares, when you have bought company shares or you bought community shares, you get a dividend. That dividend is your part of the profit you have because you own something, and what you own is shares. You own shares, and because you own shares, you earn dividend. You see it? Because you own shares, you are going to earn dividend. Because you own a house, you are going to earn rent. So whatever you own, sometimes there is it depends in what you own. If you own a car that people are using to run for you, or you own a keke that people are using to run for you, every there is what we call remittance every week. Maybe the person that is driving the keke will remit money to you. If he's driving on high purchase, or maybe he's driving, you have an agreement that every week you have to remit some money to me. That is remittance, because you own something. So whatever you own, you are now earning a return on whatever you own. It might be a fixed, depend if you own it, like if it's a real estate, like a house that you have built, you can say you are going to be collecting this particular rent. Then today, we're going to be talking another aspect. All these things is what you obtain in FAfCom. When it comes to FAfCom, once you have created an account and you have bought shares, then the next thing is you claiming your dividend on the shares that you own. But today we have discussed about that in our first briefing. You can watch that video; is in the YouTube channel. Once you see that first briefing that we did on introduction to FAfCom, you can search for it on YouTube. Then this particular today we're going to be talking about FAfCom Virtual Farming. FAfCom Virtual Farming. FAfCom Virtual Farming, I have to break it down. Any explanation I want to do, I would always like to narrow it down to the core for easier understanding. If you are a farmer and you have a plot of land that you want to cultivate during rainy season, you want to cultivate pepper on that particular farm, what you just have to do is to buy pepper. And when you buy pepper, you clear the farm. Once you have cleared the farm, you plant the pepper on that particular farm. I think pepper lasts for like almost 2 months, 1 month, 2 months, depending on the species of the pepper. Or within a space of 2 months to 3 months, you can start harvesting your pepper. Now, when you harvest your pepper, you are going to sell it on the market. But see where the business lies. The pepper that you bought, you are the one that spent money to buy that pepper. You spent money to buy the pepper. But the amount you are going to sell it, you are not the one to determine the amount you are going to sell it. That's what happens in agriculture. The price you are going to sell it is determined by the market. Market determines. If you carry it and go to market, now that you want to, you want to sell the pepper, and people are saying, how much are you selling one bag? You are saying 50,000. 50,000? Ooh, 50,000 is too much. They're not going to buy it unless you want to take it home. So you must sell at a market price. Market price is the amount of money that people or buyers are willing to pay for whatever you are selling. That is market price. And it's not only you that determines it. It's based on the demand. How many persons are demanding for that particular product at a point in time? That's what determines it. This is what you obtain in a traditional market sense. For the pepper you have cultivated, this is what you get. If you come to FAfCom Virtual Farming, it's the same thing. The only thing is that why this one is physical business, this one is now digital business. Everything, you do it with your smartphone. When you go to FAfCom Virtual Farm, if you log into your FAfCom account now, once you have created an account and you log into your FAfCom account, you proceed to the virtual farming section. You will see different farms: palm oil farms, pepper farms, soya beans farm, bambara farm, maize farm, yam farm, any. You buy. Your work is just to buy it, just like when you cultivate a farm. So you are now the owner of the farm. And when you buy it, the market decides the price at which it is going to be sold. So you buy it and hold it. And once you buy it and hold it, then you have to wait and hold it. Then people buy that particular farm. That price at which they are willing to buy it, which is determined already by the market, is what you are going to get. Let's say you spend $5 to buy that farm. Then you come and now see that that farm is already priced or sold at $9. So you have made a profit of what? $4. Sometimes you will come and you see that the farm is sold at $3, which means you have lost $2, because that is what the market are willing to buy at that point in time. So since we have these losses and we have this gain, what strategy are you going to now deploy based on experience? What you are going to do is that if you are buying, buy at least 2 to 3 farms at a point in time, so that if there is a loss in one, the 2 gain will compensate for that loss that you have. and you have an edge, you have a gain. That is just the simplest strategy there. You don't have to, do it to play it smart. There is no smartness there. It's just a strategy. This is a strategy of what you're going to use, and you use it and it works. Just like if you're a farmer, you don't just cultivate only pepper. You cultivate pepper, you cultivate maize, you cultivate a lot of things, such that even if there is one that is in lower demand, like now, if you go to market, you find out that the price of beans is going down. What are you going to do? Is either you carry it, go back and store it and wait till the price of beans increases before you start selling. Apart from it, if you sell it on the market, you are going to encounter some losses. But you can carry your beans and keep, and then you are going to be selling pepper. Any product that is in high price now on the market, you sell it at least to get some money and hold it in your hand. That is just the strategy, even in the physical farming. In this virtual farming, which is digital, the same strategy is still applicable. Just buy the farm, buy it, and once you have bought it, what is the next thing? Hold it, and you buy like 2 or 3. This thing is just practical, and you now find out that on sale you get gain. You might see loss. It's not in all situations that you see loss. You understand? Even if you see loss 1, 2, you will see a gain. You understand? You repeat the cycle. You keep buying farms. And then for you to participate in FAfCom Virtual Farming, the requirement is that you must have shares. You must have at least 10,000 shares. And the FAfCom shares is called Zero Hunger Coin. So once you have created an account and you want to be participating in the virtual farming, what you are going to do is to at least go and buy shares, at least 10,000, 20,000 shares, you have it. If you don't have shares, you cannot buy farm. You cannot participate in the virtual farming. That's how it operates. So that is just what I want to highlight today. Another feature or a system in FAfCom that you can utilize to get daily profit as well. FAfCom Virtual Farming. So this thing is just theory. I just explained something. It's when you do it practically, you find that it's very simple. Just at a click, you have bought the farm. At a click, it's sold. At a click, you get your profit. At a click, this thing is not hard. It's something that you coordinate with just your smartphone. With the comfort anywhere you are, you log into your system and do it practically. So that is about FAfCom Virtual Farming. Once you have created accounts, you try it out. So once you have created accounts, you try it out and you see the results by yourself. I think network is disconnecting. We're already done.